Cool. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Get in the Garage.
We're a music podcast.
For music lovers.
Today's episode is going to be fun and jam-packed for you. We have a couple music reviews, some music news. Stay informed, as Luke normally says. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the video. Luke, who is our special viewer for today?
Oh my gosh, I have not
Oh,
really
boy.
thought of this right now. I'm on the spot
A farmer
today. Oh, I like it. Someone who
Farmer.
farms.
or a
Okay.
gardener, which is a small farmer.
Small farmer.
It's a farmer of flowers.
Oh,
Oh.
I like
or
this.
potatoes.
Okay,
Or
Or
potatoes.
strawberries.
like this.
Or strawberries.
Gardeners, farmers. Tell your local arborist.
Oh, good
okay.
word.
Arbor Day is
Good
coming
word.
up, guys.
Is it?
Did you know Arbor Day and Earth Day are two different days?
I did.
It's like
did not.
It's like combined forces at this point. It's a losing battle. We need-
Combine forest is,
Oh
so
my
to speak.
God. This podcast is for the birds.
Let's hit the theme song.
Oh my
Bang,
gosh.
bang, bang.
I'm not behind the computer. I can't hit the theme
You
song.
can still rock out, homie.
I'm listening to Steely Dan Gaucho on
Oh,
repeat today.
yeah.
Join the club.
Join the club.
Right on. So, Luke, what do we have for today?
Okay, we have the new album review by Daniel Caesar, and then we are doing the new album by Ellie Goulding. These are the two album reviews we are doing. We are doing music news. We are going to get into it right now. Here's music news. Wow,
Wow.
that was wonderful.
Hey, I have one. NPR's Tiny Desk video series on YouTube. Of note, this most recent episode was done by Fred again, who's a British producer and songwriter and electronic music guy. Check it out. It came out on Monday, 2 days ago, and it is like one of the best NPR Tiny Desks I've seen in a long time, and I watch almost all of them. And he's like known for kind of doing live looping of samples of people singing and speaking. And on this Tiny Desk, he also plays like marimba and xylophone and vibraphone and piano, and he's doing his live looping, the drum pad stuff, and it's sick. Check it out.
Interesting.
I will definitely check that out. I've not watched them a lot. The ones I've seen are usually the ones that Jeffrey was like, hey, check these out. So I will be definitely checking that out. It's going to be cool. I'll put a clip of it down here.
Yeah.
Awesome. The Library of Congress every year preserves songs and musical recordings for the preservation and cultural historical significance of our country, and to document what that meant to us as a society. They induct new songs and albums and recordings every year. Some of these are like speeches too, historical speeches of this nature, audio documents. So we have like a little rundown here of some of the best things that are getting inducted this year. Jeffrey
Some
has
highlights.
some of note.
So they induct 25 a year. I think they did 50 the first year, and so now the number is going to be brought up to 625. These are either albums or singles of music. The Library of Congress, National Recording Registry, also, as Luke said, collects speeches and poems and stuff like that. But this is like another separate little branch of songs, recordings, singles, albums. Some album highlights for induction this year. Crosby, Still, Nash & Young's Deja Vu. The Police's final album, Synchronicity. Madonna's, I believe it's her debut album, Like a Virgin.
It is.
I think so, yes.
And a surprise, in my opinion, Queen Latifah's album, All Hail the Queen, which I think, like, I doubt anybody who is not between the ages of 50, 42 and 55 has ever heard this album.
I've never
However-
heard a Queen Latifah song.
Oh,
Really?
well, she was like,
Yes.
she was the first like major breakthrough female solo artist in hip hop music. So I think that's why it's notable, because like we
That's
know her
true.
as an actor, but once upon a time, 35 years ago, she was a musician. Some singles that are coming in: The Four Seasons Sherry, What the World Leaves Now Is Love by Jackie DeShannon, Imagine, John Lennon, not inducted up to this point. Interesting. Also, Stairway to Heaven is gaining this
Yeah, I
year.
thought they
So
were
another strange one not to be in.
of note. Zeppelin won that lawsuit. By the way, did you guys see that?
Oh, against the band
Yes.
Sirius?
No, the
Is that
band.
the band Sirius?
No, what is the band's name? Oh my gosh, that
Or
band's
that's a song?
the song's name is Taurus, and that band's
Oh,
name
Taurus.
is Spirit.
Spirit.
Oh, I was
Oh.
combining.
Spirit. You were
Okay.
close,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was like a good combo
Yeah.
of the two.
Take Me Home Country Roads, John Denver's anthem. My anthem and the national anthem of Florida, Margaritaville by Jimmy Buffett.
Yo, that one was like when I saw that on the list, I was like, this is America.
Ron DeSantis is getting things done, okay?
He is. They got that. He's like, they're wasted away. Margaritaville is culturally significant to the American culture.
Sweet Dreams Are Made of This by Eurythmics. The Super Mario theme by Koji Kondo, the first video game theme music to be inducted
Yeah.
into this registry.
Also
Interesting.
coinciding with a great film release.
Timing.
Who knows?
The Queen of Christmas, All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey's song getting in, and the first reggaeton hit, A Gasolina
Oh my God.
by Daddy Yankee, which was a national craze 20-ish years ago. I think it came out in
Yeah.
2004 when I was in high school. So those are some of the highlights. There's a couple other ones. There's a mariachi album of recordings from 1907 to 1909, which I will have to check out.
That mariachi recording was for the president of Mexico before the Mexican Revolution. That happened like
Interesting.
a week
Wow.
later after that performance was held at like the presidential like palace.
Wow.
So I thought that was pretty
Wow.
interesting. Of note on that
Interesting.
recording, because I was like, "Ooh, mariachi band recording," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, that's really interesting." So that was from
Yeah.
like 1909, right before the Mexican Revolution.
And interesting that, I mean, we named a bunch of artists who are British and American, but cool to have Mexican artists.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
recognized.
so.
And Puerto Rican, even though it's part of America, Daddy Yankee. So
yeah. The Daddy Yankee was also very like America now. I all summer long it's just reggaeton beat going by my house, and I love it. It brings me great joy, and
Yeah.
it like makes me really happy to hear people enjoying their reggaeton in such a way. So, Daddy Yankee.
it has taken the title from like 90s hip hop of the music that is most loudly played in vehicles, reggaeton.
Oh yeah.
It is-
Oh yeah.
Oh, so
Some homie
loud.
in a Honda Civic.
It hurts
just
some of those
going
15-inch
straight
speakers.
down.
You hear the
Yeah.
car, but yes,
Door panels falling off. One cool thing I noted from
Yeah.
this is Carl Sagan Pale Blue Dot, which is a speech.
Oh, sure.
We didn't talk about that much since we're really focused about music, but that's a really cool speech from Carl Sagan if you haven't checked it out. Yeah, that's
What's it
those are some
about?
really interesting things. The Pale Blue Dot.
Your Earth, my man.
oh, bro, science.
Alex is
Yeah.
somewhat of a scientist.
Somewhat myself.
Somewhat. Speaking of scientists,
Yep.
Doja Cat. Back on Twitter, I've been giving you all your Doja Cat based news on this podcast for months. Stay informed, everybody. I don't know what else to tell you. Doja Cat has a problem with the blue check mark. And I will tell you all about it. So somebody asked her, one of her fans, no blue tick, is it over? And Doja Cat replied to that person with this response: having a blue tick means there's a higher chance you're a complete loser and that you're desperate for validation from famous people. So Doja Cat really clapped back at this. She does not want to pay the $8 a month that Elon Musk is making everybody pay for their blue check marks a month now. So I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah.
Is her handle still like poop or whatever she changed it to?
I threw the paper. Hold on. As
I know she changed her name
it's
in
back
protest.
to it's back to Doja Cat. It's not poop
She
anymore.
folded.
It was poop or something like
Yeah.
that.
Something like that.
That was the last Doja Cat Twitter news I gave you, where she accidentally changed her name to Poop. And Elon
Was
Musk,
it an accident?
No, not accident.
he really helped her out and let her change her name back from Poop. And now we just have Doja Cat. She's got tons of drama. If you want more Twitter drama, I got more for you. It's not really
please.
drama, but news that came from Twitter. If you guys heard, Diddy was on record as saying that he has to pay Sting $5,000 a day for
Whoa.
every breath you take.
Yep.
The sample of "I'll Be Missing You," the Biggie tribute song. So that made its rounds again. That was on I think it was on the the Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, I think.
In 2018, so that wasn't even a recent clip. It just made its viral rounds again. And Diddy at first responded with saying, "Yup, it's 5,000 a day," like on Twitter, but he was being hyperbolic and he was joking, and all the artists were joking. Sting is a songwriter on that, and in all of this drama, we did find out that Elton John was the person who told Sting that that song was a huge hit and that he should go get his money. He's like, "You're gonna be a millionaire." He's like, "I already am a millionaire." And he's like, "You're gonna be twice a millionaire."
You're
so,
gonna have $4 million.
Agreed.
So Sting has made a lot of money off the song, he has said, and Diddy said he was joking and he does not pay him $5,000 a day. And him and Sting are good friends, and they hang out when they need to, I guess. And there's no beef, there's no $5,000 a day. It's just they share the songwriting royalties, and I'm sure he had to pay some kind of fee initially for not getting contact licensing.
Oh yeah, and he gets a cut of whenever it's played, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, I thought that was pretty funny because there's a lot of news with all this legal who sampled and who's paying who, and I think they played up that whole drama really well to probably even get their song some more streams,
it's possible.
good for them, and it was kind of like a fun little thing for them to be like, "Hey, JK, we're friends."
Yeah.
New today,
What you got?
Fire Festival 2 is coming.
Oh.
Fire Festival was the ill-fated festival that was supposed to have taken place in spring of 2017. And when people got there, they were like, "Enjoy your pre-made sandwiches in a Ziploc bag, and
Yeah,
you're
that
going to
was rough.
stay in FEMA tents."
Yep.
The guy who organized that, Billy McFarland, announced, I believe it was today, that Firefest 2 will be going ahead. They're planning it. He got out of prison last year after serving 4 years of a 6-year sentence for multiple counts of fraud, for defrauding investors, for paying social media influencers to spread the message about come check out this festival. And then when they got there, there is no festival.
Yeah.
So he still owes investors $26 million. And so he said, "I will be putting on Fire Festival 2 because I have to make money." It's like the people I wronged, it's in their best interest if that is successful so they can get their money back.
What kind of pyramid scheme is this, man?
Oh my god,
This
this
is
feels
inverted.
This is
This is
so
a pyramid
bad.
on a pyramid.
This feels so bad. This feels like Woodstock 99 on an island.
Oh, and he's going to profit.
Yeah.
Do you
I
think-
don't think he'll make, I don't even think he'll make close to 26 million
He's
off
not
of the
gonna
one
even break
festival.
even, though.
But this is going to be a dude who I wouldn't be surprised if he is putting on a Fire Festival for the next 50 fucking years
Oh my god.
Do you
because of
think-
internet notoriety and all this
Do
bullshit.
you
For
think
any-
this is the birth of his second act? This is
Oh,
his
God.
birth of the Bill Graham.
This guy's your
of the
age.
21st century. He's my age.
Yeah,
He's
he's
30.
young.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so if anybody, you haven't seen anything on Fire Festival, Internet Historian does a great video breaking down a lot about Fire Festival, its pitfalls, and really everything that was wrong with it, which was literally everything.
bologna
It was a
and cheese
disaster.
Yeah.
sandwiches.
Yeah, the
That's
tents
what I
on the
remember.
ground. It was so
Yeah.
poorly organized.
Ja Rule was the headliner.
That's
You
That's
know
all-
it's
that's
you know
all
it's
you need
going
to know.
wrong.
not good.
Bad. So bad.
That's I have to watch these. I didn't watch those docs. Those skipped over
Oh,
me.
they're so
Oh yeah,
good.
and then 2 other docs came out within weeks of each other.
Yeah.
One on Hulu and one on Netflix.
Yeah, I gotta watch
Yeah.
both of them. I went down.
Mm.
I got really obsessed with Woodstock '99. I need to see what's up with this
You're gonna
tragedy.
love this one.
I think
You're
Blink.
gonna love this
I think Blink 182 was booked for that festival too, Fire
Ooh.
Festival with
I don't know.
with their not so popular lineup.
I think it was a thing that people landed there. The first wave of people landed there, took pictures about yo, this is what it actually is, and then no artist actually came in
Yeah.
Really
God.
crazy.
It's so
because that was the Thursday. People got there and they're like, oh, this isn't real.
This
This
ain't
is
it.
bad.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Anything else?
That's
Uh,
all I have.
I got Motley Crue news.
Oh, God.
For all you crew heads out there. So there's major Motley Crue drama, and we're gonna get into it. Mick Mars, the guitar player for Motley Crue, earlier this year announced that he was retiring from touring. He has some kind of degenerative bone disease, I believe, that fuses the joints of his bones together, and I'm not sure what this is called, but he has that. He's been suffering with that for a very long time,
yeah.
his whole life. And he has recently decided that he is going to retire from touring. John 5 of Marilyn Manson fame has come to play guitar and take his place. So, that being said, Mick Mars is a 25% owner holder in the corporation that is Motley Crue. So this band is a corporate entity. It's like a business. So he's 25% stake owner with Vince Neil, Tommy Lee, and Nikki Sixx. In his retiring, what is alleged in this new lawsuit that is coming up, Mick Mars has sued the entity of Motley Crue because they are trying to take his 25% ownership and have like some kind of board stakeholders meeting where they out him as a owner of this company, and because he's retired now, and reduced his share stakehold to 5%.
Oh, interesting.
Which is very different than what it was. So a lot of back and forth in this has been, a lot of like this and that has been said. So the this and that's are pretty much the Mick Mars being like, I don't know why they're really trying to like downplay my legacy in this band. I've been a really solid member of this band, and the rest of this band is like playing with backing tracks, which I don't doubt. Vince Neil can't sing. I'm just gonna like say that I love me a good Motley Crue song, guys, but like Vince Neil's voice is real rough. It's so rough. Like I wouldn't pay money to see it rough, and I feel like they kicked him out and got like a younger guy, which is cool and that works. And if you want to tour, that's fine. But that it feels weird to me. And like the back and forth now is they're saying that he was playing with recorded tracks over what he was doing. So
he definitely was. It's the band with one guitar, and live that sounds like they have three guitars.
Yes.
So it's industry standard.
Yeah.
I assume this percentage thing, not knowing anything, but my guess would be that it's a reduction in this percentage of like tour-based stuff, not like the like album sales.
I think it's
merchandise, and
I think they're trying to, but
because that would make sense to me. Like
Yeah.
if you're not playing live,
Yeah,
we'll
you're
still
not-
give you a piece of that,
Yeah.
even though you're not showing up, and the other guy has to get a certain amount of money because he is there playing those gigs.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
relatively, he kind of does deserve royalties for like the earlier stuff he
Songwriting
did
and
for
all that
songwriting
stuff,
and
yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if you're not actively touring with the band and the band is profiting off those tours, you don't really get a piece of that cookie.
yeah. See,
Yeah, it must be.
I don't know how this is going to shake out, because that's an interesting point to me that I didn't really like make the distinction of.
Because it can't be the like shout out the devil sales
But
part. I mean, but then again, it's dudes from the 80s hair metal band. It could be anything. Like could be shady business stuff up and down.
so that's what
Yeah.
that's a curious question, and this is gonna unfold. I'm sure we're gonna like come back with you with more news on it. A lot of it is really, it's a lot of, it's confusing to understand, but from the chunk of it, it didn't differ from like just touring or just album. It was like just the business dealings in general. So
Interesting.
one would hope, but I don't know. I don't know how that really works out. Like, how much does Bill Wyman get in the Stones cuts? He hasn't been in the
Yeah.
band for like 20 years.
Yeah, and he has to pay for his wife's daycare.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Bill Wyman hatred. Let's get a high five on that one. That's right.
I pass it around.
There it is. Yeah, but like, does you know what I mean?
John 5 said, "Call me John 25."
Or like, does Brian Jones's family get any money from
Yeah,
the
that's a good
Stones?
point.
It's like
Yeah.
it's so.
Well, those are. I
Asinine.
doubt, because those guys all got fucked out money 6 years ago.
These are
Yeah.
questions I have. I
And
don't
also
know.
Mick Mars, health reasons, retiring, not being kicked out of the band, not quitting a
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ethics.
I would also.
That's the title of their next album.
Ethics.
But it's in quotations. Ethics.
I would also like to point out that Mick Mars seems like he really kind of does have his shit together in that band, for a
Yeah.
lot of people that like don't always have it together in that
Yeah,
band.
yeah.
So it just seems like a weird like push out of. It does seem like a weird push
Yeah.
out of like kind of like a sick guy. But,
Unfortunately,
that's
we'll
what I'm
be
saying.
staying tuned to the story, and we'll be talking more
Stay
about Motley
informed.
Crue.
What you're really missing out on is Mike's commentary on this.
on his
whole-
favorite band of the 1980s.
Yes. So that is your Motley Crue news, and that was your music news. We'll be back.
We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with 2 new album reviews. See you soon.
Bye.